All right, boys and girls, it's gossip time. I have no idea if anything of what I'm going to say is true or not. It's purely speculation and for fun. So the rumors are that KRL has released that Niko is set to join Falcons in 2025. Now, I actually kind of believe this to be true, just based on like kind of intuition being around the scene and some of the other rumors I've seen. I guess one of the theories is he wants a higher salary, and G2 is actually looking to either keep his salary the same or lower it slightly. Obviously, like I said, this is not. I have no facts to base this on. It's just rumors. And if that's true, then joining a team like Falcons that has Saudi money is obviously going to allow him to get more of what he thinks he's worth. When you're a top 3 rifler in the world, you're very in demand, so he can definitely get what he wants unless he's being like absurd. Maybe he knows like Zywoo salary and he's jealous or something. I don't know. But for me, unless this is purely a money thing, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And even if it is about the money, the way I look at it is if he just slots into Falcons himself, like just him by himself, for one of the players, just any player, doesn't really matter. I don't see Falcons just magically becoming like a top 3 team that's going to win majors and qualify for every event and place in the top 3, right? To me, they need more changes, which is what I actually think will happen. So to me, it doesn't really make sense to take a higher salary and then reduce your prize winning sticker money and all of that. But I mean, maybe if the salary is high enough, it does make sense. I'm not sure. But to me, if he does join Falcons, I feel like there's some other stuff that's going to happen. Either like something really wild, like potentially getting simple, which I don't think will happen. But, you know, it is the Saudis. They have the money for it if they want. If anyone can afford simple, it's them. However, I think what's more likely to happen is the rumors are that m0nesy has a couple months left on his contract. Once his contract ends, Niko gets bought out because his contract is also near the end, I've heard, but m0nesy's will actually end. Like I said, these are rumors. I'm not sure the facts on them. But if m0nesy's contract is coming to an end, then he's free. They can pay some money to buy out the remaining contract from Niko, and then they have a pretty good lineup. So if you go to Falcons, imagine, we'll just assume they keep Snappy and Magic. I feel like Snappy and Magic are kind of safe with Zonic as the coach, obviously. Some Pius, unfortunately. I mean, m0nesy's just better. And then you got to kind of pick, like, are you going to root Dupree or Madden? I don't know. To me, I'd rather just keep the Danes together, like the core, Dupree, Magic, and Zonic, because they've worked well. They won 4 majors together. Even if Madden is slightly more skilled than Dupree, I just feel like the experience. But I know he's got a kid and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. Just to me, part of me feels like if you're going to be a world beater team, you need people that have that experience. And I think Dupree is still good enough to hang, especially if you have the firepower of m0nesy and Niko on your team. If you have Niko and m0nesy, Dupree and Magic just have to do their job. They don't have to carry. They don't have to be insane. They just have to not make mistakes and hit the shots they need to hit, which they're definitely capable of doing, right? Pius, I think he's good, but he's not m0nesy, right? So you have these players that are very good at supporting. They supported Device in the past. They've never really had that star rifler, though. They've never had a player like Niko in the Astralis lineup that is just like clearly better than the rest of them with mechanically. So that'd be interesting to see. They would definitely have to change up a little bit away from that like Danish teamwork where it's just like they kind of win as a unit, lose as a unit. Not saying that they can't still play that way, but I do think you have to give Niko some room to kind of like thrive, and it does take a little bit away from the teamwork aspect of the game when you do that. But again, like when you have someone that good, you just kind of have to let them do it, in my opinion. Like you have to give them a little bit longer leash than other players may have. Because they're going to do things that other players can't do, right? So, like, to me, if they just made a small change, like, m0nesy and Niko would be awesome. But, if they have Saudi money, they could potentially even get Mulbs. But, again, I don't know. That might be too drastic. So, I'd be really interested to see if this happened. I'm not sure the likelihood. And maybe m0nesy doesn't want to join them, right? Like, maybe m0nesy wants to either stay and rebuild with G2. Maybe he wants to join Spirit, and play with Donk, which, let's be honest, I love Shiro, but Donk and m0nesy on the same team would be pretty freaking nuts. That would be really fun to watch, these two little kids just running around, just fucking slaughtering everyone, right? So to me, I would personally keep Magix and Dupree. I mean, I even heard some people saying that potentially Hooksy might even come, but some of these things, it's just hard to know when people are just literally making up what they're speculating on. All I know for sure is that the reputable rumors are coming more of just like Niko and m0nesy potentially joining Falcons, and the rest is kind of just like less reputable, right? It's kind of more guesswork, I guess. Now, if you go to G2, I mean, there was other rumors of Hunter potentially joining in the talks with Vitality, which I have no idea if that's true. It seems really odd. Nothing against Hunter, but I mean, I guess one of the rumors that I heard is that Sphinx is a little unhappy on the roster and he wants to like leave potentially. So I don't know. You remove Sphinx or Hunter, I don't think that's a 1-for-1 trade. I'd rather get Mulbs personally. I do feel a little bad if this does happen. Like if the move does happen, Mulbs just sitting here like, oh man, I was just playing with Niko and m0nesy. Now they're gone. Although I will say that he's definitely going to be fine career-wise. Like he's definitely proven, that he can hang at the highest level, right? He's playing new roles. He's still got crazy ADR. He's got a good rating, good kills per round. Not quite as good as when he was on m0nesy, but clearly good enough to be picked up by any team. Complexity, Liquid, even, like Vitality or something. Like, he pretty much could fit on any of the top 10 teams, in my opinion. Very good attitude as well, which is really good for a lot of rosters because a lot of, these kids that play on these teams are not always the easiest to work with. So I think Mulls will be fine no matter what happens. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what G2 would do if they both left because obviously they would have money from the buyouts. But they just spent a lot of money on Mulbs. So it'd be very interesting to see like maybe they get Simple. Like maybe you rebuild around Simple, Mulbs, you get another rifler or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't even predict that, right? So like to me, if you go over to the Reddit, you'll see a bunch of people giving opinions. Some people saying that it's not true. Some are saying it's true. Where is he getting his leaks from? You guys can read through the comments if you want, but at the end of the day, a lot of it is speculation. I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of people speculating that maybe Mouse players will get bought out. Like people were saying that Sui, or I don't even know how to say this guy's name, would join Falcons as the caller, and then Snappy would be cut, right? The only thing is, like, Mouse is known for selling their players for buyouts. That's kind of like one of the things they do, right? They sold Frozen, they sold Rops. They make a decent amount of money from the transfer fees. But I really want Mouse versus stay together. I think, like, that core, if they keep getting experience and keep grinding together, will be, like, a consistent top 3 team in the future and can win majors. So I can't really hate on someone from taking like double their salary and the chance to play with like Niko and m0nesy potentially. Like obviously I get it, but I don't really want that to happen. Like I think it ruins too many teams. You see and then you see the rumors here. Like Hunter has been talking with Vitality according to rumors, and it's just like you don't know how much of this stuff is true or not. It's a lot of speculation, but I mean, Niko almost joined Falcons last year, so that's kind of why, or I don't know if it was last year, but in the past. So that's why I kind of feel like the rumors are likely have some merit to it. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is likely to happen, unlikely to happen? Would you like to even see it? I know a lot of people hate on the Falcons because they have the Saudi money, which, yeah, I don't like it either, but I just feel like people are always a little bit of hypocrites when it comes to that. Like, most people buy stuff off Amazon. They have Apple phones, Nike shoes, they electric cars now, right? And all those things are abusing slave labor and hurting someone in the world. Not saying that one is better or worse than the other. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think more about it, but it's like, where do you draw the line? Like, do you just don't have a cell phone because like it's coming from like, I guess there's ethically sourced phones, I guess, but they usually cost more. I guess you could do that. It's just I try my hardest not to buy off Amazon and stuff like that, but I definitely feel like the Saudi thing rubs people the wrong way, and I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong if you think that. I don't know where you draw the line on this stuff, right? It's like, at the end of the day, money's money, and people are always going to look out for what's best for them. Some people have really strong morals, and they will refuse to play in tournaments or work with certain industries that are being funded by certain institutions, but I don't know. I guess some of the logic I see is like, anyways, I'm not going to get too much into it. But anyways, that's all obviously a part and something to think about, right? It's definitely going to hurt some players' brands, but at the end of the day, I don't think most kids really care. You know, people are young. They just want to watch Counter-Strike, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, really. Like, this roster would be good. There's a bunch of different ways they could do it. If Niko just joins Falcons purely to just join Falcons with no one else coming, I think that's a mistake, personally. But if obviously they can, I feel with the money they'll have and the pull, I think they'll be able to get better players and potentially really make a sick lineup. Like, personally, fucking Sui, Dupree, Magix, m0nesy, and Niko would be a fucking amazing roster, man. Like, that would be sick. So anyways, I just want to make a quick video on some of these rumors, and we'll see if they come true or not. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think. Peace, boys.